Hello guys, this is Stack Supercoach back with another video. And yeah, ready to rock and roll. This is the mid-January update. I plan to talk a little bit about my strategy going into the season, some of the most recent news that's popped up. There's been quite as teams start going into trading, match sim information starts coming out, we get a good idea on who's going to start playing where. Although they've still got another like 2 months before they start, even or like another month and a half before the preseason games start. It's still a good opportunity to start seeing how teams are starting to set up their lineups and all that. Oh, sorry, Petrarca should be here. Okay, so the first and foremost, I've been playing around with a couple structures, and as I'm more and more thinking about it, I don't know if you guys can put in the comments what you're thinking about the flex position, but I'm starting to lean towards questioning whether having a third ruck is good. Like, I want to finish my team with a third ruck, but let's say in this scenario, I take out Flynn, and let's take Sard out, and let's put Sard in the flex position. So Sard here. And because Flynn went down with I think, an ankle yesterday, but he's still going to be good. So he's not out of my team just yet, but this is just a demonstration. Let's take Gibcus. Actually, I'm not going to muck around with it too much. Put Gibcus back in. Let's put Allen here. And Coleman. Oh, Coleman. And for this video, I'm also just going to put... This is just a temporary because this isn't a team. But this is just to show the strength of the flex position. So let's say I go into the season with a team like this. I've got a defense and mid in my flex position. It now means I can get an extra rookie from Buslinger, Trainer, Smiley, Bo Allen, Erasmus. Like, it just offers up so much more alternatives. Let's say Smiley's going 70, but then I don't want to take Smith, Draper, Ashcroft, or Lombard off because all of them are going 70. And I can now just flick him to here and get his score. I'm not liking Smiley anymore, but then Kako's popping off. I can put Smiley over here, like I can flex Erasmus on, and now I can move Kako on. Like, just having the ability to go like this, flick him over here, flick it back down like this. Oh, look, okay, Bowen's had a good league, flick him on. Like, this flex position, I don't know, I'm debating, I hopefully need I'm debating whether just using it for a defense and mid. Like, if you put a DPP in there, it just opens you up to so many scoring opportunities. Because if I put him back here, let's say this is my defense right now, and Sard is going 80, Bo Allen's going like 70, and Bustlinger had a good stretch in the VFL. I could now get him on field, and I could have three halfback rookies going nuts for me. So it's gonna be an interesting thought process. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. My team's gonna be chopping and changing as I hear more and more about training. But if I hear a single bad thing about Flynn, I might just have to jump ship from him. This it's good to have the three rucks, and I am gonna finish three rucks. But the more and more I look at having a defense and mid like a DPP in this position, it just looks so strong. And usually our mid and defenders have been our top scorers. We've had times where we've only had two defense spots, but as the kick-ins have kicked in, sometimes these defenders are scoring more. Don't need to worry too much about the forward rookies. That's what we've plugged our forward lines with this template, but more just everywhere else. So I don't know about you guys. Put it in the comments, but the more and more I think about it, early season, I really want a DPP there, but see how you guys go with it. Anyway, I'm going to reveal what's changed in my team, a little bit about the news and why. First and foremost, I'm going to be getting rid of a couple names. Let's get rid of a couple. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, let's just cut them off for a second. Not going to bother touching the forward line because we know about that. Okay, let's just start with that. Now, you can see first and foremost, I got rid of Sinclair. And that's just because when I'm looking at these top six forwards, geez, some of them look inflated. I don't see Zorko holding 110 again. Whitfield maybe, but he's got the round 2 bye, same as Flanders. He'll probably hold it, I think, but he's got the round 2 bye, so he can't start them. If I'm thinking who the top 6 is, it's Sheasel D1, Flanders D2, Whitfield D3. Then you're probably looking at that Sinclair 4 to 5 range, and I just struggle to think of who the rest are. And when you're looking at a position where you just don't know who your top 6 defenders are, especially when you look down here and you got your Holmes, your Sicily, Stewart's down there, Wangerine Miller, Jordan Clark, any of these guys could kick 3 of these guys out easy. And I'm not 100% confident in some of these abilities. The only ones I feel confident about, like literally between 2, is Sheasel and Flanders. But once again, Flanders is round 2. So I'm going for another pick. Pick a little bit of risk with it, but I've warmed up too. There's a little bit of rumours early in the season that this man would be playing wing. And from the match sim that they had yesterday or on Tuesday, apparently it was reported he was playing halfback and also attending the CBA. Now that's more like a role you'd put McKercher with. You'll probably have Daniels on the halfback, McKercher. I don't think Fisher's best 22, but Sheasel was like a 98 average in his first year, and then the second year he went one. What did he get, Sheasel? This is his second year footy, 118. I think McKercher's on a pretty similar trajectory to him. They won't want to put him into the midfield straight away, maybe start slowly pushing him in. But you've got Sheasel, you've got LDU, they've got Wardlaw, Parker. They're stacked. They don't need him in the midfield. And you don't need him on the wing either. They got like a Bergman or a Hardman. They got other people who can run. A Bailey Scott. He's just such a good accumulator, and I don't know why that people think you'd put an accumulator on the wing. They're going to miss the ball 50% of the time. So I feel like McKercher's just going to sit in that nice plump halfback role, and then maybe have some mid CBAs. And if we're thinking about North, they're going to have a bit of ball back there for a little bit, only for another couple of years, maybe 1 or 2 more. But I really rate McKercher. He's a good accumulator, and when he got that role, he looked like 100 average. So in terms of everything for price, I think he's got the most upside, because he can finish D5, D6 with a 105 average, but I've still got him for value, because you won't be getting him under 500,000 if he's averaging 100. So if I'm looking for value, because I'm not confident about everyone else and I just don't know where everyone else is going to finish, I'll have to go Kirch. Mills had a good 2K trial. Someone to look at preseason, and we get a free look round 0, but for now he's still staying in my team. Coleman's here. I got rid of one guy which I shouldn't have, which was Travaga. He's going to stay in the squad for a bit longer. And another guy, he was playing well in the VFL, very much like Buslinger, been in the system for a little bit. Leak. He should be getting an opportunity very soon, especially since they've lost Isaac Cumming. So, yeah, let's hope he gets on the field soon. Going back to the midfield, we've had there's been a couple value picks popping up. We can look at a couple. Well, Walsh just done his hammy, so we don't worry about him. Oh, let's discuss Dacos. Dacos has like, let me pull it up. Nick Dacos. Oh my gosh, Nick Dacos injury news. Modified has been due to a foot injury. Yeah, foot. Now, I know it hasn't fully stopped him from training. He's on a modified program, but it's a bit of a worry, especially with the early buy. So I'm going to be passing on Dacos. And Petrarca, bit of common news around. He's done his rib. He might still be good for round 1, but he just puts too much worry. Is it just going to be consistent? Like, is he going to go as hard at the ball? You know, he nearly died last year, and now he just cracked a rib in training. Like, is he going to be going hard anymore? There's just too many question marks, so I'd rather wait. But going on the lines of Petrarca, I want his partner in crime, Oliver. There was a video of him running not long ago at D's. He looks like you can start to see his abs coming back. They're not there just yet. He's not peak Ollie, but he's getting on the right track. 6 more weeks of running and eating chicken and rice. I think they'll pop back through. It's not that hard, especially with probably his muscle memory. So Kyrie's on the right track this preseason. He looks like he's flying, and yeah, if he's for 450,000, we know what this man can do. He's done 120s before. I really, if you've been a past owner of him in 2021, 2022, 2023, you know how good he was. It was such a shame to see him have a down year, but he's only, how old is he? Let's find out. Oh, butchering the spelling today. Clayton Oliver, 27. He's in his prime. He's due for a big season. He's due to pay Melbourne back, especially with Petrarca probably getting question marks over him. So, rooting for him. And on discussion, Sarong and Brayshaw. Freo, most people are predicting, and I do agree, Freo are going to rise this year. I'd honestly hope with the list they have, they hit top four. And no better picks, I would think, than Sarong and Brayshaw. They're just given a very much like a Western Bulldogs vibe from 2020, where you had like McRae going 120, Bond went 119, and I forgot who else they had in there. I think they had at that time, it wasn't Liberatore or Trelaw, one of them two, but they were also going 110. And I think Freo could be doing that. They just got such a dominant midfield. You're going to have Sarong, Brayshaw, Young as your main three. You shouldn't really touch them. They should just be your main three. Then have Fife and probably Erasmus as your fourth and fifth. Who else have they got? I mean, Murphy Reed they drafted, but he won't be in just yet. Maybe Will Brody's a good depth. But if they don't have Sarong and Brayshaw as their and Young as their main three, then Freo are just throwing. And that's why I haven't changed these big dogs. These big dogs early on the season, they're going to be my VC and C every single week. They're the most confident I feel about averaging 120. It actually includes Sheasel. So 1, 2, 3, 4. VC, C, every single week. I can even comfortably say why I'm going to spend at the price. So let's look. Round 1. Who's got who? Western Bulldogs versus North. Collingwood versus Port. I'm just only looking at these 4 players. And who's my other one? Sarong. Geelong versus Fremantle. That week I would go VC Bont and Captain. No, sorry. It'd be VC Sarong, Captain Bont, because I think Sarong would eat up on the Geelong midfield. And they play good in there. So VC Freo or VC Sarong, Captain Bont. And I'd follow the same process for every single week. VC Bont Friday night. Captain Butters against Richmond. Look at this week. Maybe Bont on a Friday. Yeah, maybe. Any other interesting options? Here you go. Captain Sarong. And who's my other one? VC Sheasel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm someone that plays conservative. I've seen some midfields where they've just gone to one of these guys and then gone old value. And who knows, it might bite me in the ass because like Oliver and some of these other value picks might just become top 8 mids, but I just don't see Bont going below 125. And if I can just leave him VCC, especially for all these Thursday, Friday games he has, I think that would be a good place to put a gap on the competition. And I'm not changing this. I haven't changed it in a while. I don't think I'm going to change it. Unless somehow more of these 500, 400,000 picks pop off, like Dawson or anything. I just don't see myself changing these 3. I'm sticking with my guns here. I'm going the big 3 dogs, and they're every single week. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to have my VC and my captain every single week. And that goes on to let's start finishing this team and stop rambling about these 3 guys. So the next one, they've edited in Ashcroft. Apparently he was doing some rehab work. Not too concerned just yet. He's still had a pretty good preseason, we've heard, and if he looks anything like what he was in the final series, he's going to be a gun. He doesn't need only needs like about 50 to 60%, I'd say, CBAs to really kick off. He's still pretty good in the half forwards. And yeah, if he's progressing like he is, and his next season he's just going to take it to another level. I want to be there to have it. Next one, Sheldrick. These rookies are a little bit of placeholders. Sheldrick apparently having a good preseason, and Sard. Yeah, that's what I'm happy with at the moment. Having Sard DPP there really does help. Now moving on. The Rucks. This is a tough one. I was honestly contemplating having Conway here and Flynn here for a bit, and I still might run with this because Conway, he averaged, what did Conway average? Let's pull it up. Bless. Conway. So he played 5 games, 79.6. Those were pretty much his debut season, and 79.6 on a debut for a ruck is good. And he's only 20. He's turning 22, so he's starting to come into that age for a ruckman. If he can stay fit and stay on the park, I'll have him in my squad as a Geelong player. Geelong need him. They're either going to have to use Sam De Koning or Toby Conway this year for the majority. Because Reece Stanley's good, but... sorry, what am I saying? Reece Stanley can do the job, but he's not great. And just from what we saw from Conway this year as a Geelong supporter, he's our man that we're going to want for the future. We're just hoping his body holds up. Just crossing my fingers and hoping. But until I hear more news about that and I see a preseason, he's not in there at the moment. Instead, we're going for the other man, Sean Darcy. He's looking fitter, he's looking leaner. It might help with a bit of his knee issue that he keeps, receiving. So, and some soft tissue injuries if he's a bit more leaner, working on his muscles. I think Sean Darcy might be a ripper if he's finally got himself sorted from his injury woes. And just a rookie to finish off with the price I got, Erasmus. Getting some CBA action, early round 10 pick. Freo might just want him as a 4th or 5th and just flex him half forward if they need. But, yeah, this is how the team's looking at the moment. So big changes, cutting out Sinclair, cutting out, just ditching Petrarca for Ashcroft. And, yeah, that's pretty much how the team's gone. I think it's going to change another 4 or 5 times before it comes to February. But yeah, just tell me how your teams are going. I don't know if you guys are having as much as an issue as me with the rucks, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, fuck, I want English. Grundy's maybe serviceable, but when you look at Meek and Tom De Koning, and it just hurts my head. I don't know who's R2 this season. Zeri feels like he's going to be R1, but then you have all these other picks who could fight for R2 comfortably, and that's kind of why I like the strategy of running Conway R3. I was tempted running Flynn R2 about 5 days ago. I was thinking about doing Flynn R2 and just seeing him go down and train, and I'm like, ew, no, him R2, that's disgusting. I'd rather have either 2 risky mid-price picks here or none, but Conway's price is a bit difficult, so I feel like I just have to go for a ruckman who, yeah, could put up that R2 score and just bank out of the 10 of them here. I've picked the right one. But yeah, that's how the team's going at the moment. Looking like we'll hopefully get some more rookie news soon. And yeah, I want to know how you guys are feeling about Supercoach this year. Just a short little update about my team and a bit of a rant of my thinking. Well, have a lovely one and peace.